Welcome to the hydration station. Grab your beverage. We are cheersing today. I hope you have a great day. Drink your water. It's good for you. Have you ever had the opportunity to get revenge on a boss? I'm sure you've all experienced a time where maybe you might have wanted to, but didn't really get the opportunity. So let me know if you have. You can keep it anonymous, but also you can keep it not anonymous. Your choice. Years ago, I worked at a local college in the maintenance department. I would see a lot of things going on that I never really gave much thought to. The immediate supervisor was always bossing people around, trying to intimidate them. I guess he didn't like the fact that I was not scared of him. One day I got called into the office and was told I was being fired. He was there along with a group of other supervisors that were above him. He couldn't look me in the eyes, let alone look at me. So I left without making a scene or saying anything. A few months later, I was contacted by a special investigation officer. Ooh, karma. He told me who he was and said he was investigating a theft that had been going on for a while. He asked if I knew anything that might help them. I asked who they were investigating, and he said the supervisor's name. I quickly got a smile as big as the Grand Canyon. That's a big smile. Dang. Long story short, I told him everything I saw him take from the college. I was there for 4 hours giving information about what I saw and overheard. He ended up getting charged with grand theft, an $85,000 fine, and prison time. I was happy to see karma do its job. Well, me friggin' too. Here I was just thinking the supervisor was a dick, but no, he's a thief. He's a criminal. I recently resigned from my job. I was tired and burnt out, and my CEO kept pushing me hard. Enough was enough. I got so tired that I resigned. I didn't have another job lined up, but I was okay financially. As soon as I resigned, my CEO called me into the office and asked me to leave straight away. I was escorted off site like a criminal, and he wouldn't even let me say bye to people, touch my laptop, or clear my desk. It was like I was being fired. It was so embarrassing. No one from work got in touch to see if I was okay. He went around telling everyone he fired me. Fast forward a few weeks and I had found another job with one of my ex-employer's clients. There is that sweet, sweet revenge I was waiting for. Now I'm in charge of who we use as contractors. My new boss said, well, we normally use your old company at a cost of $37,000 a year, but if you know another company that is better, then switch. I have no loyalty to them. Well, switch I did. If my old boss hadn't treated me so badly, I definitely would have used their services. But treat me like that and say goodbye to a client. $37 a year, that's a big contract. That's a big deal. Especially if they're a returning client. Clientele's everything for business, you know? I was an intern at a local magazine during college. A small office of 3 interns put the mag together with an editor who will always be the most incompetent person I've ever worked with. That says a lot. Anyway, after months of petty stuff, my car broke down over Thanksgiving. I called the editor, letting her know just in case I was ever late showing up, as I planned to take the bus and bum rides. Her response, oh, your car broke down? You are no longer needed as an intern? Click. I was mad, but I took that call as a blessing in disguise and decided to forget about it. We weren't getting paid as interns, so who cares? That's true. That's true. Not that I agree with it, but I understand. You weren't getting paid, so like why fight for that at that point? 2 months later on a Saturday, I'm relaxing at home when I get a call. Guess who? Oh, I can guess. It is said boss who fired you probably. Hey, listen, I'm sorry about that call during Thanksgiving break. My phone dropped it. Yeah, you're a liar. You're a liar. We're trying to get this month's edition printed and I can't keep up with all the mail, the ads, and the phone calls. It's crazy here, and the other girls quit. Who's surprised? Can you believe that? Again. When will you be back in the office? Readers, it's been 4 years since that Saturday, but even now I can still feel that incredible sense of petty joy. You said I was no longer needed as an intern 2 months ago. I have already accepted a position elsewhere. My new boss doesn't call me on weekends and actually pays me. Lose my number. Click. Love it. Why did my Alexa just go off? I just heard my Alexa in the living room go doo-doo. Girl, if ghosts be talking to you, don't respond. My toxic ex-boss got fired and applied for a job at my current company where I was one of the ones recruiting. Talk about some sweet revenge just in itself. Full circle moment. I got colleagues to do an interview with him, but made sure I bumped into him in the reception. He didn't get the job. Honestly, that'd be even better to call them in for the interview and then bump into them, let them know you work there, and then not give them the job. Like, you could have just not even given them an interview, and that's enough sweet karma in itself. But this is just a little cherry on top situation. I worked very briefly for a game developer as a content creator. The whole team, including our boss, was blind, so we strove to make games that were accessible to everyone. Strove? I don't even think I knew that that was the word. Like when you strive for something. Our boss was a trash leader. He routinely berated every department with the exception of the music department, which was run by his brown-nosing best friend. One day, my boss told the other department leaders that he missed having a smaller team, which granted, my entire department quit that day. Oh boy, you're gonna have no content. A game developer as a content creator. That sounds like a really cool job. I have no idea about games or about game developing, but I do know a little about content creating, and I don't know, that just sounds like a really cool gig. Not with everything else, but like on your own. I got revenge twice. Oh, not once, but twice, you little show off. On both occasions, the bosses were horribly abusive. Okay, they deserved it. Would shout at their employees and be rude even to the customers. So I secretly wrote corporate, describing the environment those two bosses were causing. It was in 2 different companies and both were quickly removed from the company. The classic, go right to corporate. But did you write in as like a fake customer or like an employee? Like, I'm curious. Or I guess it would just be completely anonymous, so they wouldn't know if it came from an employee or from a customer. Which is even better, because you just walk away, wipe your hands clean, and call it a day. In the late 90s, I worked at a Denny's. Oh my god, I love Denny's. Denny's breakfast. My coworker and I had a horrible assistant manager. When we knew it was his shift and we weren't working, we'd call in to-go orders of the hardest stuff to cook and then never pick it up. He'd then have to help out in the kitchen to cook it and then write off the food. Oh, you know what? Listen, I was like, oh, that's funny. But then I was thinking about all the other staff. And there's got to be more than one cook. So that cook is also, you know, getting part of the revenge. And they could be innocent. Because now they're working and they're making food that never gets picked up. And that would be very frustrating, especially if you're just a good cook and you're just there to do your job. I liked the idea, but I would only like it if it only affected the assistant manager who sucks. You know? We just gotta readjust a few things in the plan here. I worked in a nail salon during my last year of college because I was close to the stepkids of the owner. She pushed me into working there and told me how great it would be and how much money I'd make. The owner would pit employees against each other and look down on them if they took days off or worked less than a 10-hour day. Ugh. She was constantly belittling employees and making them cry and talking crap about customers behind their backs. The list goes on. One person quit and posted pictures on Facebook about how dirty the salon truly was. The pictures showed them reusing paraffin wax for pedicures to save money, not actually cleaning tools between appointments and putting them into sterile packaging anyway. Oh, I'm gonna be sick. The owner was puking her guts out with fear that she'd lose her business. Just watching her go through that was sweet. I always thought about reporting the business once I left, but I think of the poor immigrant women employed there just trying to support their kids with 7-day work weeks, and I decided not to. I hope she learned something though. Okay, so honestly, revenge just kind of did its thing in this situation. You chose not to get revenge because they already got their revenge. And that's very nice of you. See, if the business closed down, you're putting other people out of work, so I get it. It's like I only want the revenge to affect the one person, not all the innocent ones. My evil boss had 3 or 4 houseplants in her office, all in various stages of neglect. I feel like some people can relate to this. I see a lot of memes and stuff about people killing plants. I routinely came into the office before everyone else, so it was easy to take the hydrochloric acid solution in my lab and squirt just a little bit of it in the soil of her plants every few days. After a couple of months, they were withered yellow and dead. She wondered aloud why all of them died at once, and I felt, wait a second, what did the plants do to you? Oh! I felt delight. She replaced them with 2 new plants. I'm not sorry to say I killed them both as well. Oh, well, I do not support this message. No, I love my plants. They're like my babies. They didn't do anything. They're just trying to live. They're just trying to bask in the sunshine and grow to their full potential. Not the plants. Oh, that hurts my heart. I really do love my plants. I get so sad if a plant dies, especially when you've like nurtured them and you've cared for them for so long. I got revenge on my boss by making a bunch of accounts on TripAdvisor and leaving a bunch of bad reviews until the ratings went way down. No regrets. That is an easy way to get revenge because reviews go a long way. That's the first thing I look at with any product I buy. Any product, any service, I am looking for the real stuff. I want picture. Ow. I want pictures. What the hell sound just came out of my mouth? I want pictures. I want videos. I want tutorials. I want bulletproof lists of the pros and the cons. I want descriptions. I want it all. So yeah, that'll do a lot of damage. I need some lip oil. Y'all, you're not gonna believe it. I found a new lip oil at Dollar Tree when I was in my hometown last week and I love it. It's LA Colors lip oil and they have different flavors and colors. This one's pomegranate and it's got a little tint in it. And it's the best. I worked at a shoe store in the mall as an assistant manager. My boss at the time was verbally abusive and I got a call from another place saying I got the job there. So I called my boss to tell him I quit. He hung up on me. I proceeded to swap all the displays and make sure it was not only in the wrong place, but backwards. I locked the gate and threw my keys back in. Dang, that's savage. Well, I guess you can never use that boss as a reference in the future, which is whatever. There's just some you wouldn't want to use as references. Can we be honest though? How many of y'all have put one of your friends down as a reference, pretending that they were your boss, and then you had to text them, be like, hey, I put you on a reference for my new job, so if you get a call, like, hype me up. Hype me up. My friend did that for me once, and I also have done that for a friend. I'm like, oh my God, yes, they were so great. Everyone has the customer service voice. I can play a manager any day. I'll see this shit. Significantly like Cindy Lou Who girly over here. Cindy Lou Who. I was thinking of Shirley Temple. Oh Lord, construction in my building. Please don't be starting right now. Okay, you guys, I gotta get out of here. I gotta film another video now. I don't know if I have time. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy, and I'll see you tomorrow.